Guys, this is Dr. Callahan with AP Calculus AB, week 11, Thursday. Go ahead and answer the following 3 questions. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and just kind of jump right into what we're going to be doing today. This is day 2 of related rates. You're going to give you a little bit of time today to go ahead and work on more examples of complicated word problems involving related rates, dx over dt, dy over dt, dz over dt. And then I have 3 activities that I would like you guys to work on. First 3, 2, you will not be able to do because you're at home, but the last one here, you will be able to. You just simply go ahead and type that in. Keep in mind there is a capital U, B, capital D, capital S, and F, and you would type that in, and it's going to take you to a Quizlet, and you can pick any one that you would like, and it is a flashcard reminder of the things that you need to memorize for this class in preparation for the AP college exam in semester 2 in May. If you have not received the book, the study book for the AP exam, I purchased it for you guys. It's the Prince and Review one, and it is free of charge. So if you need a hard copy, if you were absent the last couple of days when I distributed this, please come see me so I can go ahead and give that to you. All right, so last time I saw you guys, we talked about related rates. So we're going to continue on with this. I know last time we covered examples 1, examples 2, and 3. So today, let's go ahead and cover example 4 and 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. As a quick little review, these are the steps that you will need, 5 steps. So example 4, Joe is standing 6 miles straight east of Mo, so 2 people there. If Joe walks straight north 3 miles per hour, while Mo walks straight south at 1 mile per hour, at what rate is the distance between them changing after 2 hours? Okay, so first thing, let's go ahead and maybe draw a picture of this so we know what's going on. So we have Joe and Mo. And it says that they're standing 6 miles apart. So Joe is standing 6 miles east. So remember, this is going to be north, south, west, and east. So between these 2 people, they are 6 miles apart. And then if Joe walks straight north, so Joe's going to go straight north at 3 miles an hour, while Mo walks south at 1 miles an hour. And so as we take a look at this part here, the differences of the 2 of them is going to be creating a triangle where eventually Mo is going to end up here and Joe is going to end up a little bit further up. But if you look at this part right here, the 6 is not going to change regardless of how far away they're going to be walking away from each other. And I know that this part right here is a vertical, so it's the y. You know x is 6, and then z is going to be right here for the hypotenuse. It's given to me that I am going to have x squared plus 2y, or excuse me, x squared plus y squared equals z squared for the Pythagorean theorem. So naturally, let's go ahead and find the derivative of that. So implicit differentiation is 2x dx over dt plus 2y dy over dt equals 2z dz over dt. And as you can see here, there's a lot of things that you still need to go ahead and find before you can go ahead and substitute it in. I do know that my x is going to be a 6. And I know that my change of this x is not going to be moving anywhere. So I know that my dx over dt is going to be 0. So multiply that by 0 plus 2. And I don't know what y is, but I can go ahead and find that because I am aware that dy over dt equals 4 miles per hour. And I know that y is equal to 4 times 2, which is 8 miles. So then if that's the case, x is 6, y is 8. So then therefore, z is going to be 10. So my goal here is I need to find dz over dt, because the question is at what rate is the distance between them, and the distance between Joe and Mo is represented by z after 2 hours. Okay, so going back to this right here, I have y. Well, y is going to be 8, so I'm going to put 8 right here. I know that dy over dt is going to be the change vertically, and that is going to be 4 is equal to 2z, z is 10, and then dz over dt. So this part is just going to cancel to give you a 0. 2, 8, and 4 is going to give you 64 is equal to 2 and 10 is 20, dz over dt. Divide it, dz over dt is going to equal to 64 over 20, or simplify it to 16 over 5, or if you simplify it even further into a decimal, 3.2 miles per hour. And if you were not sure how we got dy over dt, dy means the changes of y. If you look at the y, it is going to be Joe moving at 3 miles per hour, Mo moving at 1 mile per hour. So 3 plus 1, because they're moving in alternate distance directions, is going to give you 4. And that is your answer. All right, so let's go on to the next part. Example 5. This is a conical tank, is vertex down, is 10 feet across the top and 12 feet deep. If the water is flowing into the tank at a rate of, and this is the rate, 10 cubic feet per minute, find the rate of change of the depth of water when the water is 8 feet deep. So change of depth. So as I'm looking at this is in the shape of a cone. And if you go back to geometry, remember the volume of a cone is going to be pi over 3 or 1/3 pi r squared times height. Now it's given to you that the rate of change for the water flow is telling you that it is going to be in terms of volume, is going to be 10 feet per minute. So dv over dt is 10 feet per minute. But don't forget your Q because you're talking about volume. This is really weird what it's doing. So then dh over dt is going to be a blank because I don't know what the change of the height is. However, I do know that the height is going to be 8 feet. All right, so then let's go ahead and draw something here. So that way we have, okay, I'm sorry. I just realized that this entire thing did not record. And it was stuck on that same page. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just go from here. Sorry about that. So then let's take a look at this. You're going to go ahead and redraw this right here. And here we go. That is the current water flow right there. So then I have the height is right here. I know that it is 10 feet across the top. So half of 10 is going to give me 5 on top right there. And it is 12 feet deep. So I know the height of this is going to be 12. And keep in mind that both of these have a right angle. So then in order for me to find the height, you would have to go ahead and do the following. And this height is the height of the water from when it's going down to the bottom. So going back to geometry, you guys have ratios that you can use to find the missing vocabularies here. So now you know that this part right here where the water is the radius. That is the height of where the water is flowing out. So R over H is equal to 5 over 12. So then let's go ahead and see if we can find one of the variables. I'm going to try to find R, so I can crisscross. 12R is equal to 5H. And then R is equal to 12, or excuse me, 5H divided by 12. And the reason why we want to solve for R is because I want to go ahead and replace the R with this. So that way I can find the volume in terms of H, because my goal here is to find the DH. Okay, well, the depth of the water. So the DH is the depth of the water. Okay, so then once I have that, let's go ahead and move on forward. You should have volume is equal to pi over 3. Radius, which actually you just found right here, is 5h over 12, and it's going to be a squared, times the height, and I don't know what the height is, I'm just put a height right here. If you go ahead and modify this a little bit, you will have 5 times 5 is 25, 25 pi, and then you will have 3 times 144, which is 432 height. So then once we have this part right here, and I still have the volume, to find the derivative of this, I will have to have the derivative, or the dv, over dt is equal to, and I would have to just do the power rule, because if you look at 25 pi 432, those are just a constant. So bring the 3 down. So I have 25 pi over 432 times pi, or times 3, height minus a 2 squared. Because we're finding the derivative of height, it's dh over dt. So then let's plug in some more numbers. dv over dt is given to you at 10. So 10 is equal to, and I want to go ahead and simplify this up a little bit more. Height is given to me at 8 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this with an 8. So then 8 squared is going to give me a 64. 64 times the 3 times the 25 pi is 4,800 pi over 323 dh over dt. And of course, you want to get rid of this. You can multiply by the reciprocal. So you have 10 times 323 over 4,800 pi equals dH over dt. And if you go ahead and simplify that even further, 10 and the 0 cancels, and then you can go ahead and reduce it a little bit more. You will have a 9/10 pi feet per minute. And this is your answer. All right, you guys. So I hope you go ahead and practice with that. Next, what I would like you guys to do is I know these questions are relatively difficult, but after you practice them for a while, you should kind of be able to see the patterns of how they work. So I would like you to go ahead and practice with the next following 6 problems. If you need the answers, I have the answers right here, or I'm going to go ahead and show you the answer, which is right here, and these are the steps. I will highly suggest that you practice with number 6 because that question has been featured previously on the calculus exam from previous years. All right, I hope you guys have a good night, and as always, stay safe and healthy.